Hello, and welcome back to Stream On. I am Hollis. With me is Eila. Hello, Eila.
Hello there.
We are very excited because we are going to jump into talking about a show that we both love, which is The Gilded Age.
I love it so much. I watched this season maybe 3 times already. I just can't stop watching it.
That's great. I had to catch up, so I just finished the finale like everyone else. We have all 3 full seasons watched, but I hadn't been watching prior to this season. So I very quickly made quick work of the first 2 seasons and caught up, and I'm overjoyed.
They get better and better each season.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. It just got better and better. And also, how refreshing is it to have a show that repeatedly does not insult your intelligence?
Yeah. That's a big difference.
I mean, it's smart, it's fun, and they talk about real things.
Yeah. And things that relate to modern day too, even though it takes place, over 100 years ago.
Absolutely. Politically, socially, socioeconomically.
Yeah.
Like, it's much like MASH talked about the Vietnam War dressed up as the Korean War. Like, there's a lot of stuff that it deals with between the races, between the classes, between, money and no money and new money and old money.
Right.
It's very today.
I mean, that's such a funny thing, the old money and the new money.
Oh my God. I'm looking at them. I'm like, you fuck both of you. You're all rich.
I know. And today, they're all old money. So it doesn't even matter. Like that.
It's true. It's true.
They're very old money at this point.
The Vanderbilts are broke now.
Right. Well,
that money was squandered. Gloria finished that off.
And Cooper said there's none left for him.
Right. He's doing fine.
Yeah, he's okay. Those connections are that's like Duke. Like, he had no money really. Yeah. And he needed Gladys, but just being a Duke in itself allows him this lifestyle.
Yeah, and even that is like a fun sort of punchline. The Duke being so regal and having the large estate that just reminds me of Manderley from Rebecca. It's like, and there's people that live on the grounds who are just following after them, cheering when he brings his new bride. It's so like almost throwback to the serfs, but still in all, it's hollow. He's got no money.
Right.
He's house poor.
Right. And he lives in this big, gigantic house with, his sister, but even they don't seem especially warm towards each other. They're close maybe because, they do things together, but they don't seem to have a very loving relationship.
How they handled the Duke, I was overjoyed with, because the easy choice and the lazy choice would be to turn him almost into a Game of Thrones character and to keep Gladys miserable. And instead, this guy, he's got some modern touches to him.
Yeah, well, but the wedding night sex was kind of icky, wasn't it?
Yeah, luckily they didn't show it to us.
No,
I was grateful for that. It'll hurt for a short time.
And it was an obligation, clearly. He came in expecting.
Yeah.
It was like that was part of the dowry, like that was happening.
Yeah, it's true.
And did her mother bring her up to speed on it?
That was, it was creepy.
Yeah, nothing hot about that.
Yeah, but you know what? To portray it any other way would have been false.
Yeah, I guess so. That's true.
Yeah, and it wouldn't have honored what women like her and other women had to go through and do go through.
And it's creepy through today's lens, but probably for back then, he was being very sensitive to her.
He was Joe Tender back then. He was just like Mr. Suave compared to...
At least he cared about how she felt.
He really did. Speaking of like modern man, Mr. Russell is just all kinds of awesome.
I know.
He's very loving towards his family, but even during like the steel mill strike or whatever, when it was time to like do what those robber barons do, he can't pull the trigger.
No, he's not that.
Yeah,
I mean, he's tough and he's kind of ruthless, but not completely.
Yeah. Speaking of him, I count on my wife to bring me up to speed with what America's thinking about certain characters and things. And she's on theater Twitter, which I am not. Are you aware that people call him Railroad Daddy?
No, I was not aware of that.
I, he is beloved, and he's loved by straight people, gay people, everything in between. He's just like this sex symbol now.
He's very muscular, very tattooed in real life.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they hide the tattoos well. He loves his, at least earlier on, he loves his wife. He's fiercely protective of his family. And he tried to do to his son what so many of those captains of industry try to do to their sons, which is make them into, stamp him into exactly what he is, like a carbon copy. And the second his son shows some fire and kind of he wants to blaze his own path, and he doesn't want to not be special, but he wants to be special in his own way. He's like, okay, cool.
Right.
And
But then
how
he didn't need him. He needed him to go. And his son turned out to save the whole business. He saved the family.
I was praying that Larry would save the business. And at first I was terrified. I was like, oh no, don't let this guy with the new kind of meteorological readings, don't make him be scamming Larry. But then I was like, the family's already going broke. What harm could be done? So I was like,
Right.
okay.
And we already had a scam, 2 scams.
We did. They couldn't do that again. So
Right.
I was excited for Larry.
And it was exciting to see Maud Beaton come back.
And Oscar showing that he contains multitudes, actually kind of foregoing vengeance on her and seeing that they were both duped.
I guess.
You wanted him to get some revenge there?
No. Well, I don't know. I don't know what I wanted. I mean, I felt bad for that whole family. I mean, what she did was pretty bad.
It was
And if she had
terrible.
any second thoughts about it, I guess she could have told him. But I don't think she did.
Yeah.
I think she did it happily, and then she just got screwed over by the guy. So,
Well, I'll tell you something. I don't blame you because Oscar is such a cipher. I don't know how I feel about him from episode to episode.
really?
I like him.
Yeah.
I feel for him. I want him to be able to be who he is. I want him to find joy and happiness. But then they'll have a moment where I'm like, oh, is he really evil? Is he gonna do some bad voodoo on people? And then I'm like, don't do that, Oscar.
No, he hasn't. I don't like him pairing up with the former maid. I don't like these two together at all.
I didn't like it, but by the finale, I was kind of like, I hope he can turn her. I hope she and Bertha Russell do become frenemies at least. Like, there's a lot of parallels. These are strong women. These are women that can bring a man to greatness. These are women who like are thinking 2 chess moves ahead. And that's rare in that kind of society where people are just all about the rules established years ago.
Well, Bertha Russell is the one. I mean, she's stirring up, she's making the changes. She is the one who's bringing like a new life into this community,
Yeah.
society.
And that I understand that her inviting the divorcees to the ball and everything kind of mirrors something that Mrs. Astor did in real life.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Actually, I think it was the first ball that was thrown that her daughter wanted to go. If you recall that Gladys's coming out ball,
Right.
that Astor's younger daughter wanted to go. And so she forced her mother to go. Like, Mrs. Astor now has been forced to go to 2 balls by different daughters.
Well, she didn't have to go to the last one in the finale. And
No, but she was forced to make a choice about it by her
Right.
daughter,
She
and
didn't
she
want it
chose
to.
right,
She did, thankfully.
thankfully.
So, she has promise.
Yeah.
She's been pretty good. It wasn't great that she didn't support her daughter, but I don't think she even saw that there were any options. She just didn't know how to think outside the box until Bertha
Yeah.
Russell came and said, it's a new day.
Right. By the way, can we just talk about how great it is that the Gilded Age is putting all these names on blast that were old lady names when I was coming up? Ada,
Right?
Agatha, Bertha, Maud.
Yes. I know.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's not a Gilded Age baby boom coming where those names are going to come back into fashion in
Yes.
15 years.
There's already, there's Matilda. That's a big name.
Oh,
It's been happening for a while, but
yeah.
like Agatha, that's a pretty name. We'll see if that comes
That's a
around.
harsh, that's a lot of harsh sounds coming together. Agatha. Yeah, the last time I heard the name Ada was in Sister Act. It was the oldest nun who played piano, and her hearing aid went out, and Whoopi was like, Ada, check your battery.
So funny.
Yeah. So if you can choose, I know it's hard. Who is your favorite character on this show?
Bertha Russell, easy for me. She's
Yeah.
amazing. I love her. And I think that she was made to be the villain, but I'm starting to see that maybe she's not as bad as we thought. Making Gladys marry the Duke might not be the worst thing. He's certainly better than that guy who she wanted to marry, who ran
Yeah.
away.
Yeah. That guy had no backbone.
No,
But you bring up an interesting thing. That power move on her part is what estranged her from her husband and to some degree from her son. Does it matter if it worked out?
because you think the way she did it,
Because of the way she did it.
maybe.
Because, the ends don't always justify the means if you break up your family in the process. And I think that's what the men in her life are trying to hammer into her. But
He's not getting it.
yeah. And you know what? I was as blindsided as Bertha was when Mr. Russell, the day after the ball, was like, well, going back to the club. I was like,
Come around. He was nice at the ball. I
and
didn't know that was for appearances.
no. And also, when you have a near death experience, don't you, how do you still carry a grudge?
And just seeing the way she reacted when he had that, she was devastated.
She wanted to cancel the ball.
I mean, doesn't that mean anything to him? No.
Railroad Daddy don't play.
No, clearly not. And Larry's right along with him. Larry's not for you.
Yeah. Well, because he somewhat erroneously thought that she must have pushed Marion away because of what she did with Gladys. But it's hard. It's a testament to how much I love the show that I actually remember character names. I've been very bad lately.
All right. So who's your favorite character?
Ooh, it's tricky. It may not even be a major character. Like, I like John a lot. The little clockmaker. I don't know where the fuck they're going with him, but God, I think I got to go Bertha Russell as well. She's just so dynamic and she's so complex. That couple, I just think they're fascinating.
They are. But he was wrong when he got mad at her for flirting with the guy. First of all, it didn't even seem like she was outwardly flirting with him.
No.
Eric. And he forced her to do it. She didn't even want to do it. He made her invite him and then got mad at her for doing what he asked.
I think I like that in that he's such a modern man in so many respects that I think it's good that they show, what's more of a primal kind of toxic male trait that was very prevalent at the time. Like, it can't all be modern. He can't all be cool.
Right.
So
right.
I kind of get it. But I'm with you. That was bullshit. He asked her to do that.
Right. And she really didn't do anything inappropriate.
No. I thought it was fascinating and I can't believe it mirrored it so perfectly, but when Nathan Lane's character was basically Truman Capote to their swans.
And he's a real person. And
he's a real person. But the fact that happened and it made ripples and worked out exactly the way it did later when Truman Capote did it, tore it all down.
Yes, it's the same exact thing. You're so right.
Fascinating.
It is.
Yeah.
And that's a real book, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. He's great. And I loved his little, Colonel Sanders kind of character he was doing.
He can do anything.
He can do anything. Nathan Lane walks through the raindrops. He's just good in everything.
And He's the best speaker I've ever seen in real life. His speeches are incredible. I was at this award show and he gave a speech. He was getting a Lifetime Achievement Award. And his acceptance speech took you everywhere. I mean, every emotion. It was sort of like a full experience. It was almost like watching a play all in, less than 5 minutes. It was so well executed. He's
Oh,
just
wow.
incredible. Yeah.
I believe that. He's someone who I think of as kind of like a modern day Peter Ustinov,
Mm.
where he's been in and excelled in theater and film equally. And he has such wonderful stories and memories. He's such a like bon vivant who can hold an audience in the palm of his hand.
Yeah.
He can do anything. He can sing. He can do anything. So I am not surprised you said that.
And he can play any kind of character too.
Oh my God. Yeah. Him in Elaine May's The Birdcage is just like a masterclass watching everything he does. All the colors in his paint box are amazing.
Oh, for sure. But then even as the recurring character on Modern Family, Pepper, he's fantastic. He's
Pepper.
yes.
So good.
But
Yeah.
then his Angels in America is just
Gut wrenching. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even he did most recently with Linda Lavin, that show that
Mid-Century Modern.
yeah, very, very good. He's great. He's great.
Yeah, he is. And so I'm so glad he's on The Gilded Age.
Yeah.
I mean, the cast, you can't beat this cast.
This cast.
There's more Tonys in this cast than
yeah. I was gonna say, just for the audience, please give us a little overview of some of the like legends, like the woman playing Mrs. Astor, the woman playing Peggy's mom, the woman, like all of these theater
the woman
people.
Playing Peggy's mom is Audra McDonald, who has more acting Tonys than anyone else. She has 6 Tonys for acting. She's won in every category.
In Gypsy right now, right?
Starring as Mama Rose in Gypsy. She's amazing. Mrs. Astor is Donna Murphy. Hello, Dolly.
Maria Callas?
Yes. Wait, did she play Maria Callas? I think she looks like Maria Callas, but I didn't know.
She does. I thought she did, like Masterclass or something.
She might have. Well, Cynthia Nixon and Christine Baranski. Broadway.
Oh my God.
Nathan Lane, of course. John Adams is a Broadway star. Claiborne Elton, that's his name in real life.
Right.
Mrs. Fane, Aurora Fane. She's a huge Broadway star. That's Kelly O'Hara. And her husband is Ward Horton. He's been on Broadway. I mean, they're almost the entire cast. Robert Sean Leonard has Tonys.
Oh,
Luke.
We love him.
Love him.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. No. Oh, Luke.
yeah, not Robert Sean Leonard. He's still with us, luckily.
Like after Daniel. Poor Daniel.
Yeah. I love all of the theater people in this show for 2 reasons mainly. For a million reasons, but 2 mainly. One, I love all of these theater actors getting to work in television and to be brought to a broader audience of the country. And secondly, if you're doing a show about New York and pseudo royalty of New York, you got to go to stage actors who are New York based.
Right.
It's their due. Give it to them.
First of all, they get it, but yes, they
get it.
They live it too.
Yep.
Well, the whole the Doctor, Broadway star, he was in Camelot. He's going to be in Damn Yankees. That's coming. Jordan Dominica. And his parents are Felicia Rashad and Brian Stokes Mitchell. I mean, and Miss Scott is Danae Benton, who is a Broadway star. It's crazy.
There's no stopping.
No.
It's amazing. I love that they didn't let the foot off the pedal. They cast a couple of Broadway people and they doubled down and doubled down.
My friend Celia Keenan Bolger plays Mrs. Bruce. She's got multiple Tonys. Amazing.
Amazing. Yeah.
So what do you think of the whole upstairs, downstairs aspect of this show?
I'm shocked that I love downstairs as much as upstairs.
I think that this season is the first time downstairs is really getting their due.
Yeah, I think they've really come into their own. But I love how they gossip about the top of house, but they're also equally protective of top of house.
Right. They do seem like a family with, well, maybe not so much in the Russell's house, but in the Brine Forte
Yes.
house, they really all
Yeah.
seem like they care about each other. And the upstairs and the downstairs seem to care.
Yeah. Yeah. But I like some of the intrigue they've got going in the Russell house downstairs. They've rooted out that maid who I pointed
That
out from
was you.
Jump.
That
Yeah,
was you.
she
Well,
she was the
Bannister
gossip.
told him last hire.
I know. I was like, what's different since that
Right.
started?
Bannister is also great. That's Simon Jones.
Love
Love him.
Bannister. I love that they gave him the name Bannister. He's part of the house.
Yeah.
It's like, it's
Right.
great.
Like structure of the house.
Yeah, he's into the structure. He's also something you hold on to while you find your way. I love that they have like the cook, like they found weird things to do where the cook at the Russell house was pretending to be French. He's really, and then he's got this like unrequited love thing with the woman that runs it, and she can't get with him because whatever, they got an age of innocence thing going on.
Yeah. No, it's great. I love the relationship between Bannister and Church. The two, where in any other show they'd have a rivalry.
And they did for a while.
Briefly, yeah. But in this show, you know, they help each other and they're pals. I love that.
Well, you gloss over it briefly, but they trying to get each other fired.
Well, that's true.
I think constitutes some shots fired.
All right.
But no, they're much better as friends and like sticking up for each other and whatnot.
And do you know who Church's real life daughter is? Betty Gilpin.
Oh, Betty Gilpin. I did not know that. That's awesome.
Fantastic.
Wow. I've seen Church in things for years.
Oh, yeah. Jack Gilpin. Yeah, he's been around forever. I mean, he's one of those faces that you can't forget.
Yeah. So were you as surprised as I was when Mr. Russell was shot?
Yes, I didn't see that coming.
Didn't see it coming. And for me, it's just kind of like, it read like the Abraham Lincoln assassination, like so many similarities to things I've seen portrayed in that, and the way they got the bullet out. It just was wonderful to remember how brutal things like that were at that time.
And they were so lucky that they could get him, that a doctor just happened to be there, because it seemed like waiting for that other doctor wasn't a crazy thing.
Happened to be there. And it speaks well of the Russells. They didn't even think twice about him doing it. But
why would I care?
Right. But also that doctor, the bravery, because if Mr. Russell had died,
right,
he would have been lynched. Black doctoring, quote unquote, would have been pulled back 100 years. It would have been horrible the way they treated him and, you know, his colleagues for decades.
Well, he didn't even seem to consider that. And, you know, us as an audience, you know, it's good that the show told us that when Mr. Russell said to him, you know, you put your whole life on the line to do this.
Yeah, I like that they acknowledge that. And when the white doctor shows up and
later,
he signs off on his work, but at first he was like, "Doctor, what?"
I know.
And I'm like, "Motherfucker, don't you bring that energy here."
And shout out to Dylan Baker in that little quick cameo.
I love that. I love to hate that guy, and now I just love him for so many years.
In a TV movie once, and he seems like
he played who?
John Kennedy.
Oh yeah,
right. And he seemed like that type, but he pulled.
I know him most recently from Hunters, the Nazi hunting show. He played a Nazi in hiding. And then prior to that, I remember him from what has become a Halloween classic for me, Trick or Treat.
Oh, I don't know that I've seen that.
He's in one of the like vignettes that make up that movie. Oh, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so who have we not covered? There's so many different. Well, Marion and Larry.
I was just gonna say, get your gummer on.
Yeah.
I hesitate to call her a weak link. She's fine, but she is probably my least favorite on the show.
Is it the character as written, or is it her, do you think? Because Marion is pretty, you know, she's pretty sturdy.
Yeah, no, it's her performance I'm not feeling.
You want a little more fire?
It seems to me that there's very little nuance going on with her portrayal. that every other actor seems to be bringing to their character. Here,
Mhm.
it's like she's either crying or she's smiling broadly. And I really want to feel a connection to her, and I don't. And some of her storylines even double down on that because I'm just like, oh, get over yourself. He didn't even do you. You're breaking up with this guy for what? Like,
Right.
I
Well,
don't
how do you
know.
feel about then? Because I mean, she's similar in type, I guess, to Gladys Russell. Do you think Gladys has?
I don't think Gladys in general, and I love that actress. I've loved her for years, Farmiga. I don't think she was given enough to do.
Yeah, I agree
She's
because
underwritten.
she is, and she's been great this season with the help of her mother.
Great. Yeah. And as soon as you give her more to do and more storyline, she's eating it up. So I really hope the Duke and Duchess have a little bit more meat on their plate
Me
in
too,
season 4.
absolutely. But what do you think about Marion breaking it off with Larry without even talking to him?
Weak, weak
Yeah,
ass, weak,
yeah.
weak
At least
ass stuff.
off with him. Yeah.
Terrible. And the guy comes back from his trip and he's hit with this.
Right. He has no idea even, and she doesn't say why in the letter.
No.
So he doesn't even know what happened in that
And
month.
it drives a wedge between him and his mom because he's trying to fill in blanks. And he's like, well, I know how she is and she never wanted this.
Right.
So
Like
she
Mr.
caused,
Russ said, we know what you're capable of.
absolutely. Oh, yeah. So not gumming it.
Yeah.
No.
I know.
Yeah.
It's kind of weak. But how did you feel about him lying to her?
Well, her reaction seemed to bear him out. He kind of knew her well enough to kind of
That's true.
put it a certain way. And look at what happened. Also, she believes John as a witness, but not him.
But if he had just told, because he had already lied to her. So I think
Hmm.
that's different. John didn't lie to her.
No,
No, Jack.
um,
His name is Jack.
Jack. I'm sorry, I keep saying John. Is it Baranski that calls him John, or does he call him Jack?
I don't know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah, I mean that wouldn't have gone over well either. The way that Marion is, if he was like, "I'm going to a house of ill repute, but I'm just going to have a drink," like she can't hang. And also, she pictured in her mind, you walk in and there's just ladies sitting there. You grab one,
Right.
you go to a room. This place was like Dave and Buster's of the time. It was like there was a bar, there was like games of chance, there was.
I guess so. But I mean, that's looking at it through today's lens, don't you think? Back then, that
No,
was
I'm
probably,
looking at the scene that they played out.
well, that's true. But I think that even that stuff was scandalous back then, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I mean, there were plenty of women and there was a lot of sex going on there. I don't know. I'm not sticking up for Marion. I don't really know how I feel about it. I mean,
Mm,
I don't know. I think if he had said to her, I have to do this for a friend, but I'm not going to do anything. And, trust me on this, maybe she would have. Maybe she wouldn't, but I don't know. That
mm.
might have been the way to go, especially the night they got engaged. She felt like that's how he celebrated.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I could be persuaded otherwise, maybe, but that's kind of what I'm thinking.
I get that they were like, this character has been wounded by men in the past, and that's her only frame of reference, and
Ugh,
she's
what a
going to
horrible,
overreact.
right. And that was a huge overreaction.
Huge. Ah, no. And you know what? Avoiding him after that, like sending him that note and then just avoiding him, no,
Yeah, terrible.
screw her.
Right. That's like 1800s ghosting.
Yeah. Ah, yeah.
Yeah. So I felt bad for Larry. But then when she came around, he wasn't necessarily having her back.
Good for him. Probation.
And
She's got to do some time.
Marion sure gets a lot of men.
Yeah, which I don't really, I mean, it says so in the script, so,
Uh,
but I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
Christine Baranski still has the best lines in the show, though. I mean,
Yeah, I was going to get to her next. I am thrilled that Christine Baranski, I would say this late in life, but it seems like everything great has come to her well after 40.
I think that's when she took off after 40.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
how great for her to have this show now and to be such a strong character. She brings a lot of the comedy to this show.
Yeah, most of it. There are Instagram reels dedicated to her zingers on the show, which is amazing. just one after the other. She's
There,
so funny.
and some of the like arcane references she gets to uncork. I don't know what a mudsill is,
Neither do I.
but I still have it in my head. Like she'll be like, oh, mudsills and other. I love the way she talks. And I love that they gave her that victory of like the Heritage Society wants to make her a vice president. Like she was visibly touched.
She needed it.
And
She had really lost sense of self.
absolutely. And she's fallen from grace. And still, there are these moments when like when Peggy is sick and she has that moment she talks about when Oscar was sick with scarlet fever or something. She thought she would lose him. When the doctor is over and there's most recently when like she puts Ada,
The head of the table.
yeah, she puts
She didn't have to.
Cynthia Nixon at the head. Like that's so cool.
She showed up at the wedding, even though she wasn't
showed
going.
up. And that's what's great when you start with such an ice queen, you get to have her thaw slowly and you get such great payoffs down the line.
Yeah. And she took care of her sister. The second Luke got sick, that was it.
Right.
She was there for everything.
We both love Robert Sean Leonard. I knew they were going to kill him off. I knew it would be short lived. Yeah. Did you not? Well,
no,
because you don't separate Waldorf and Statler. You don't like Baranski and Cynthia Nixon. They were I don't see how it would work outside of him moving in with them. So I kind of.
Okay, I guess. But I thought maybe it would work like in the way that we still have Gladys on the show, even though she's living, in another country.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
They would just, be together anyway, even though, and then Cynthia Nixon would, go home at the end of the day. But you're right.
I don't see it working. She'd be enthralled to her husband and his work. And
yeah.
But I'll tell you this, once they killed him, I was like, oh my God, they're going Victorian kind of supernatural with the crystal ball and the kind of mediums. I was like, I better see some ectoplasm. I wanted them to go all the way with that.
That was great, though, how Cynthia Nixon realized she was being scammed by the amazing Andrea Martin.
Andrea Martin, SCTV royalty. Love Andrea Martin. And Only Murders in the Building most recently.
And again, tons of Broadway.
Tons. Yeah. No, fantastic.
And without the very tragic death of John Adams.
That, much like the assassination attempt, I was just like blindsided, except for a couple of seconds before it happened. I'm like, why is he making the appointment with him for tomorrow? That's going to solve everything. Something's going to happen to him. And then the horse hit him.
Wow.
Yeah. No, terrible. And again, shows you, just like the assassination attempt, the brutality of deaths back then, the random nature.
I was listening to this guy who was one of the Bowery Boys. Do you know that podcast, Bowery Boys?
No.
They talk about the history of old New York.
Oh, sweet.
And he said that kind of thing was extremely common because the streets were so crowded with these horse and buggies that that happened all the time. So New York City traffic goes back to horse and buggies.
No, that's brutal. I love the set, first of all. I love Fifth Avenue and the two houses opposite each other, the old and new.
Yeah.
And the going between and just the clip clomp outside the houses. Like when you're in the Van Ryn living room, it must have been so relaxing just hearing horses clop by and not like auga of like the cars that are coming soon,
Yeah. But like their house, the Van Ryn house, is dark. It seems, and where the Russells, it's like bright and there's space. You can just see the difference. Opulence, where the Van Ryns, of course, is opulent, but in a much different way, a less showy way.
It is brilliant set design. It is brilliant. And let alone there's, not a lot of rays of sunshine coming into the Van Ryn house. And more often than not, they've got drapes pulled. They've got valances. They're even making it darker.
Right. For some unknown reason to me, anyway.
Yeah. I think that's how Mrs. Van Ryn likes it.
I guess.
Stops her from aging.
So one of the funniest scenes is when she finds out how much money Jack got from selling the clock. in bed with that.
Great.
Another Broadway veteran, Deborah Monk, plays Armstrong
Right.
for the news.
Fantastic.
So that's like $10 million in today's money, by the way, that $300,000.
I didn't go to the inflation calculator, but I knew it must have been outrageous.
I was starting to stress because not Oscar, Jack isn't really doing anything at the moment. And now he's, he has this house. And so I was worried about his money, but I think
I know. I kept thinking someone's going to dupe him. Someone's going to steal all of it, embezzle it or something. But again, like you said, how many times can they hit that?
Right.
But also I hope that the maid not gets over, but makes her peace with her trauma enough that she and Jack can continue their like pseudo romance that's
Yeah. I
going
think
on.
it seemed like that's how they left that door open. I mean, she may be the lady of the manor soon.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Amazing. Two of them who
Yeah,
work, downstairs now
right.
living like their employers.
Yeah. I wonder what it's like for full-time blue collar downstairs people to begin working in a house where like Jack is the master of the house. Like
Yeah.
if you know of his past, do you view him differently or are you just like, well, he's got all the money, he's the master? Like,
I think there's both. I
yeah.
think maybe he, you see him as more benevolent because he understands, but he's still, he's still the master of the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what about the scene with Cynthia Nixon when she tells him he has to leave?
Oh, I felt so bad for him, but she did it so sweetly. One of the most, she's the sweetest character I've ever seen on television.
Oh my God. No one else could have handled it in that way.
The biggest heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then Christine Baranski says, I hope Armstrong didn't drive him out, but she did. And Ada assured that no, he had to go. But it was Mrs. Armstrong being.
I never want to punch a lady in the face, but I can understand the feeling with Armstrong. She is just brutal. And they keep hitting that one note with her, making her. And I wonder if she just shows up for work and looks in the script and is like, oh, no, not again. What are you doing to me? They're going to hate me.
They gave her the littlest reprieve when she gave her the envelope of money. And she said, but I didn't give him anything. Why did he do that?
Right. I like that. Jack is just such a sweetheart.
Oh my gosh. That he couldn't leave her out.
Yeah. Isn't he a theater guy too?
Yes, he is. In fact, just did something. I think he has something else coming up. So if you're in or near New York, come. You can see him in a nice small venue.
Yeah.
Also, the maid that felt like a mother to him, she was just in Smash on Broadway. She's a Broadway veteran too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The actor playing Jack, he's so interesting looking. He looks like a caricature drawn of himself at times. He's like a stick figure with this big, unique looking cartoony face. Like he's very expressive.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so sweet.
Yeah. Oh, I love him.
If you're not rooting for that character, then you must be a Grinch.
You're a monster. So yeah, I really just love the balance of the show. If it was mostly evil with a few sweet touches, I probably wouldn't be as connected. And if it was mostly sweet with a few evil touches, I probably wouldn't connect. But it really walks a tightrope, and you get victories and you get defeats, and somehow it's just addictive.
Oh, I know. I watched the day of the finale. I watched the whole season. HBO played it, and I just watched the whole thing. Someone said to me, just because it's on doesn't mean you have to watch it. I've watched it so many times. And I said, but I do.
You kind of have to, yeah.
I was so excited for the finale. And, I'm still happy that I saw it, but now we have to wait for the next season.
I can't possibly, I'm spoiled because I jumped in fresh this season. So I watched I had everything laid out in front of me. And it shows you how much I loved it. I caught up in time that I still had to wait for the last 3 episodes.
Yeah.
It's so bingeable.
It really. And going in, for me anyway, I thought, is this going to be dry and boring and slow? And it's none of that.
That's why I avoided it to begin
Yeah,
with until
right.
you spoke so glowingly of it.
I know
Yeah.
on paper it's not necessarily my thing. I like modern day things. I like
You're new money.
I'm very new money, yeah. So
Yeah.
as I was getting ready for this season to start, I watched the whole series again just to, even though I
hmm
knew a lot of it, I forgot so much from season 1.
Was there anything that sticks out in your mind when you were watching the second time that you were like, "Oh wow, I didn't get that," or "I like this better than I did the first time," or
Whole Mr. Rakes thing I didn't really get so much the first time with Marion. That just
yes.
I don't know why. I just didn't absorb that.
Yeah, I don't know if in retrospect it was like a fake out because they thought like a fake out with regard to her was interesting, or they just wanted her to have like 3 broken engagements by season 3. I don't know, but he does stick out as a weird detour.
Yeah. Yeah.
He followed her
Right.
from some podunk town.
Right. And then he just left
Yeah,
for
he
no
was
reason.
just a social climber, a bounder.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Weird. And then we never see him again. Like she should
Right.
be forced to see him at events. Like that would be cool, at least. Make it
Yeah.
make sense in the
I know.
story.
I know. Maybe they just decided to go in another direction with Marion, so they got rid of him as
Yeah.
soon as they could. I don't know.
Speaking of which, in the ball where Mrs. Russell invited all of the divorcees, including Mrs. Fane, Mr. Fane wasn't there.
No.
Very conspicuous because he was still going to things and
Right. He
Mr.
was the
Russell
one.
was there.
Yeah. Right. He was the one who was going to remember she said he gets all
Yeah.
our things
Yeah.
and
So I would have at least, they didn't get all they could out of that because I would have wanted Mrs. Fane to be kind of feeling herself at the party and Mr. Fane look over and be like, I have to put up with this because
he was so
men kind of, men
yeah.
get the lives, even though they're the ones that play around and the women get
Right.
marginalized. I wanted it to register on his face like, oh, I've kind of lost.
Right.
That would have been
No,
nice.
we didn't get that.
Yeah.
If they
What
couldn't get
else?
him.
It did everything else great. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it gave us so much. Mrs. Fish, I love her.
Oh, we didn't even talk. I love Mrs. Fish. She is awesome. She's a player. I got like an unsinkable Molly Brown vibe from her.
Oh
Like
yeah.
she's kind of like she doesn't play by the rules, but she can get away with that shit.
Her husband being cheap. That was funny.
Yeah. Do we even see her husband?
I don't think we've ever seen him.
Yeah, that's cool too. Like that
I
must
know.
have
'Cause
happened,
you never know if he'll come on, who will play him.
right? Do you think that the widow Winterton will now be able to sleep with Mr. Russell like he never went for it before?
Oh.
But now that he's on the
Mhm.
outs and at the club,
So you think she's going to not accept Oscar's proposal and go for Mr. Russell? I don't know.
even if she does, it might work out to be just a business deal between Oscar and her.
Well,
And
that's what he proposed. Yeah.
given
I don't.
his kind of proclivity,
That would be really interesting.
yeah, I'm just, I'm stirring the pot. We'll see what
Yeah,
happens. I'm putting it out there karmically.
totally. So, but I loved it so much.
Yeah, love it. 2 thumbs way up. So if you guys haven't seen it, you got to check it out. We both highly recommend it.
Highly recommend it. All right. So, what else have you watched? I've watched so much because I've been home a lot, so I've had a lot of time to binge.
Yeah. Why don't you kick it off? What else have you watched?
I watched a really good show that I hope you'll watch called Death and Other Details. Have you seen it?
Death and Other Details. No, who's in it?
Mandy Patinkin plays like this.
I've
Then
seen it.
yeah, isn't that great?
Is he on a boat?
Yes.
Yes, I saw
Like,
that back when it first went up. I did. I really enjoyed it. I
yeah,
liked him and I love the female lead.
yeah, I thought that was so much fun. Love that.
Mhm.
I watched. It's not new, but I watched this great documentary about John Cazale.
Oh, I have to see that.
Yeah, I think it's called "I Knew It Was You," something like that. The line from The Godfather, the
Right.
famous line about.
I might have seen it because that's how it is. I'd know in the first 5 minutes if I did, but I've seen lots of things on John Cazale and his untimely death.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was with Meryl Streep
Yes.
for right up to the end, and
Oh yeah, she took care of him. That's covered. She's in it. She's in it a lot.
yeah, I think that's why she was cast in The Deer Hunter is so that she could be with him and take care of him and make sure he could get through the film.
Well, lucky for them because she's incredible.
It's outrageously incredible. Yeah.
Someone, I forget who it was, who was talking about Meryl Streep, that he said to her, I met this actress. You're not going to believe it. She's the most talented actress. And they were like, well, clearly he's in love with her. So, how good is
right.
she? And it was Robert De Niro. And then he saw her. He's like, I can't believe it. Yeah, absolutely. She is
Wow.
amazing.
That
Even,
guy's seen an actress or two.
yeah, right. What are you watching?
Well, I just saw a movie. I don't know if you've seen it called Annihilation.
No.
Natalie Portman is in it and Oscar Isaac. And it is bonkers. It's bizarre. And it's all about this alien invasion, which something comes from outer space, hits a lighthouse, and creates something that's called the Shimmer. They send in probes, they send in men, and nothing comes back out. And so Oscar Isaac is someone who went in and he actually came back out, and he was Natalie Portman's husband, and he ends up in a coma. And so she, who is a biologist, joins Jennifer Jason Leigh and a team of other women who go in because none of the men have come back. And so it's got a lot of interesting things to it, but it's bonkers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that a recommend or no?
If you like sci-fi, definitely. If you don't like sci-fi, subtract 2.5 stars at least. Okay. It's like that. It's deep sci-fi.
All right.
Yeah.
What else? Anything else good? So it's not streaming yet, but I have heard nothing but the absolute best thing about this movie, Weapons, coming out. Have you heard it? I don't know, but it's
Weapons.
And Zach Kreger. It's his new movie, the guy who did Barbarians.
Oh, okay.
And I've heard that it's the best thing that's going to be out all year. So I can't wait to see that.
Oh my God. Yeah, we got to catch that.
Yeah.
It's funny because I had something, I'm blessed in a weird way in that if I start watching something and I don't like it, I instantly forget everything about it. So I had a few fits and starts that I wish I could remember right now, but yeah, it's escaping me.
I couldn't actually get onto streaming. It was a real tragedy. But so I was watching reruns and I was watching your beloved Barney Miller.
Oh, come on. Classic.
So good, right?
Loved it. Covered it on Pop Culture Graveyard.
Oh, I listened to that. That's how I know you love it.
So much. Top 5 show for me all time. And we had talked about, that's something I've been binging, Kojak. We talked about Kojak. And the cool thing is there are 2 series set in New York squad rooms that get the look and the feel right. One is Kojak and one is Barney Miller. Like the same green paint on the walls, the same peeling green paint, the same doors, the same desks. It's just pitch perfect.
I know at the time that actual New York City cop said that the most realistic cop show was Barney Miller.
Yeah, because what Barney Miller started with that was so brilliant is that 80% of police work is filling out paperwork.
Right.
It's not chasing down the perps. Yeah.
And saw that.
And when are you going to have time for more comedy? A bunch of guys sitting around desks or a bunch of guys separately chasing perps?
Exactly.
Like, there's no jokes happening while that happens.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, always a pleasure, Eila.
Oh, so much fun.
Thanks, everybody. See you next time.